Lights, camera, action. Welcome to the Scrapbook Podcast, Director's Cut. So, we have a special guest today. Patrick is taking care of a duck. It's Sunflower. Give it up, y'all. Give it up. My wife, Sunflower. Say hi.
Hello.
So I'm going to have you pick.
This bag is genre, and I picked terror.
Great. We have a lot of those.
Best. Next is going to be time. Make sure I'm just picking one. All right, 1600s.
Okay, bet.
I already got one in mind. All right, next one and last one. This is setting.
This is going to throw you off, though.
Yep. Tundra.
The Tundra. 1600s terror. I watched a fucking, what is that show called? I think it's just called Terror. By these niggas in the Tundra. Well, it's not the Tundra, but it's
we should put words together now.
It's like Antarctica, I believe. And like this big ass bear comes out of nowhere and, fucks niggas up. And it's like I watched it with Amelia. It's like this terrifying polar bear. Remember I told you that?
Yeah. I remember a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, this shit is... I sent a clip to my mom. Like, she's watching this. She's with it. But yeah, so...
I'm digging the terror. 1600's cool. Tundra throwing me off a little bit, but we'll get there.
Yeah, alright, so...
Dry desert.
So...
Sand.
Where's the Tundra at?
Man, I don't know.
Alright. I'm gonna look that shit up.
It could be something completely wet, and I'm thinking dry. I do not know.
No, Tundra's, it's just barren land, I believe.
When we picked Tundra, I was thinking more like Dune.
Ooh, oh, man.
But
it's so good. I want to be in part 3. If anybody's out there and they want to put me on, nigga, I'll be in the back, waving to my baby. All right, so Arctic tundra are found in high latitude land masses above the Arctic Circle in Alaska, Canada, Russia, Greenland. No, we're not going to do Russia. So Alaska, Canada, Greenland, Iceland, and Scandinavia, for example, or on the far southern regions of Antarctica, like Antarctica, alpine tundra are located in very high elevations on top of mountains where overnight temperatures fall below freezing. I would say zero. Fall below freezing. All right, so boom. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 places we can choose.
Okay, so I'm not going to lie. I was thinking Russia, and then you said no Russia. I get it.
Yeah.
I do. I get it.
Yeah, we don't support that.
Iceland was interesting.
Iceland? Okay, it's green there. I like that.
Cold, green, yeah.
Have you ever seen the fucking movie, There's Something with Walter Mitty?
No.
Something about Walter Mitty or some shit like that?
No.
Ben Affleck. Fucking...
Stiller.
Ben Stiller, yeah, great. And he's like fucking bombing these fucking hills. Well, I don't think it was him. I think it was a body double.
I don't know, man. He's pretty fit. We watched The Watch yesterday, and he was like...
Yeah, he was pretty fucking hot, bro. He's built like an orangutan. For sure. Yeah, he was bombing these hills. I believe in Scandinavia. That's how I pronounce those fucking names, man. There's a lot of...
Reykjavik.
Yeah, Rika.
Definitely not.
Yeah. Shit like that.
Yeah, like Betty White on the Golden Girls. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Betty White. Zach Fox called it out. Anyway, Iceland? Iceland it is.
Yeah, we got to think about the 1600s. So 1600s Iceland, what did we think? What do we think is out there?
When did Iceland become...
Was there people?
Yeah.
Were there people?
Iceland. The first... I put in Iceland, People search Iceland tundra. Iceland 1600s.
What if it was just water?
History of Iceland.
What if this is a horrible place? It's just water. We about to base all of this on a boat.
I'm on a boat and it's going fast, damn. Iceland under Norwegian and Danish kings. So it was under Danish and Norwegian rule at the time. Hold on. That food looked nasty as hell.
A lot of fish. A lot of fermented fish.
Yeah. So 1600s is what? 1501 to 1599?
That would be 1600s?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Hold on.
1600s is 1601 to 1699. Yeah? Am I wrong?
What the fuck? Yeah, you're right, bro. Good for you. You know what? I thought the thing was like.
So when I think of terror, I automatically, when I hit terror in 1600s, automatically brought me to Dracula and Bram Stoker's.
Oh yes, Lord Jesus.
But then we picked Tundra, and so then I got, well, it kind of can incorporate with the 30 Days a Night.
Yeah.
But, you know, some say those aren't vampires.
Yeah. So you want to do vampires?
No, we don't have to, but that's the first thing that came to my head.
Okay.
So, but terror could also just be the act of how things were going. If we're thinking kingdom, there's a lot of gruesome stuff that happened back in the day. How they treated people, famish, all that stuff, plague.
Oh shit. Okay, so I know that like Dracula was based on like some like Hungarian king that slaughtered motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So, let's do it like this, right? I'm gonna write this shit down.
So we're writing down Iceland.
Iceland, 1600s. So let's go with who ruled Iceland in the 1600s.
King or queen, most likely king.
That's what I want.
Because I'm thinking dark and brooding, like Game of Thrones
look at this.
setting.
This is why I want to say I'm right, but later on, our marriage counselor would say that I shouldn't be saying that kind of thing. 16th century is what dates?
Okay, but 1600s,
I know,
I'm
just saying.
centuries, though.
I know, but centuries are just like...
Is 16th century the same thing as 1600s, is what I'm asking.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking. 1600s years.
1600s years, 16th century.
Different.
100 years. Hey, my boy. I wanted to write so goddamn bad. I'm retarded. Okay. So 16. So we go to the 17th century, and that'll be the 1600s. So 1602, the King of Denmark grants Danish merchants monopoly on trade in Iceland. Slaying of the Spaniards take place during that time. Turkish abductions happen. Damn, nigga, they were getting fucking down in Iceland. Icelanders are made except Denmark. All right, so King of Denmark, Denmark rule. What's up?
Don't we have a gender? Are we supposed to pick a gender?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're done with that shit.
Okay, all right.
We're not doing that anymore. They had a witch trial.
During that would be great.
Oh, bitch, do you want to do a fucking witch trial?
I think that'd be pretty awesome.
Okay, that would be the terror part.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so witches.
Yeah.
That'd be ill.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to go with the witch because you know I love that movie. Right?
I figured you were going to, but you know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so it's Denmark rule on Iceland, right? We open up on a village near the shore. You feel me?
Okay.
And it's just maybe 200, 250 people.
Population small.
Population small.
Okay.
Fishing.
I was just gonna say agriculture.
Yeah, fishing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They get it done. They trade to people that are more inland.
Yeah.
Because there's no fucking, there's no water there or something like that.
So we're by water though.
We're by water. We're on the shore.
Is that our main travel source? The
Yes.
boat and everything?
Yeah, boat
okay.
and all that shit.
Fishing, gotcha.
Right. So they believe in, God and shit.
Strongly.
I've been watching the Vikings and shit like that, and Christians
Are shitty.
were fucking the
Yeah.
Vikings.
Yeah.
I mean, they did both back and forth, but whatever. So they were pagans.
Mm-hmm.
So they did a lot of pagan shit. So it would be, they are fucking going day by day, and our protagonist, they would be like,
Gender.
yeah, continental. So start off, people go missing.
I would say go missing, but remnants are found.
Bones, body parts, blood. Their horses just being, horses fucking their, maybe fucking horses.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I would say things around them, not the people per se, but it leads to people.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you think of like villages, agricultural, rural settings, then you most likely think that they're going to attack the game and such first. Mm-hmm. And then they go from there, and then, oh my God, people are missing. But people are missing in a sense that it's not days go by, but they start acting different.
What do you mean?
They start showing weird traits of like hysteria. And it goes from there, and then all of a sudden, we're missing the actual person. They're gone.
Okay.
They're gone.
So let's just
They're
say...
under an influence of something.
They go out on every person that they have in common, right? So our main character is like the police, right? Kind of like a detective, right? What they have in common is the person will go out fishing. The boat will just come back.
Right. Is there anything in the boat?
But the boat would just come back. And then days later, they would wash up on shore alive.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
As fuck. Alive as fuck. But then that's when they start doing the hysteria and shit.
Because they're different.
Exactly.
Something happened.
It would be like World War II shell shock. Their hands are shaking.
Right.
They just start screaming, like having night terrors and shit like that. And
flashbacks and sleep.
No, not even flashbacks, because we don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know what the fuck is going on.
Well, I'm saying as long as they're alive in the village, if they're acting hysterical, things like that, that's what could be that could be a result of that.
Of what?
Of them washing up. They saw something, therefore PTSD.
No. We don't know. They don't see shit. Like, they didn't see shit out there. They have no recollection of anything.
Okay.
Right? That's the whole terror part. Because that means that there's a being or a monster. No, there's not. There's just slow it down. Right? So these dudes have night terrors and shit, and they'd be walking around naked and shit like that. People are just like, what the fuck? You know? And then the first person would, during like a feast of like acceptance to the god of the sun or some shit like that, the nigga would stark ass naked go in front of everybody and like castrate himself.
Whoa.
And then slit his own goddamn throat.
Okay.
Right? Fucking it up.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Covering that suckled pig.
Exactly. And then, right? And everybody's like, what the fuck? So that's the first person. A couple weeks gone by, they just name it, fucking
disease, disease or something.
Like the nigga just lost his mind.
Yeah.
He was a drunkard, bro.
Yeah, he always went out and random times on the boat, went out there and
exactly.
Yeah.
So he was alone. He's that guy. So maybe he that fucks everybody up for a second. A couple weeks go by, nothing happens, right? And then it happens again, but to a girl.
Different setting, or is she going
Same
out?
thing.
Okay.
Same thing.
Same.
The boat comes back, she's fucking gone.
Gotcha.
Right? Then she washes up on shore. And then she's acting hysterical and shit like that. So they put her in a room. Mm-hmm. She's wiping shit on the walls. Her menstrual blood all over the walls and shit like that. She's spelling out just gibberish.
So we know.
Yeah, so we know.
Yeah, so we know.
So just gibberish all over the walls, right? They're like, she has, what's the word if I'm sick, then you get sick?
Contagious.
The other word.
Contagious is the only thing I'm getting out of this.
No.
Because I'm thinking that the village would make it seem like is possessed.
Right.
Possession is, so they bring in like maybe a priest of some sort or something that want to perform like whatever exorcism that they believed in back in the day.
So it wouldn't be a priest; it'd be like some pagan.
Yeah, it'd be some. It could be a.
But this isn't. Let's slow it down even more.
Yeah.
Because that can come later.
Yes.
Right. So that first person's locked in the room, menstrual blood and shit on the walls and stuff like that, right? And then it goes along. A couple of days after that, she's put away, and then it happens to a few more people. So they stopped going out in this section of water now, and we're back. Okay, so
pagan priest.
No, we're not. No, we're not there. So the people start to go missing, right? And then start to happen the exact same way. The boats come back. A couple of days later, they wash back ashore. So they stop going on this section of water. So let's just say that this section of water is on the west side. They start going east. They start fishing over there.
Right.
After a couple of weeks, the first woman, the shit and blood lady, kills herself the same way.
Slits her
throat. Like, cuts open her belly. Like where her...
I was just going to say...
Deep into there, her uterus and shit.
Right.
And then there's a girl. So we got the main guy. The guy who kills himself first. Then her. And then 3 other people. And they're calling this shit like some sort of the fever. The east. Hold on. I said west. I said east, right? And then they're going to the west. So the eastern fever. That's what they call that shit.
Okay.
Right? So about now, they stop going fishing and shit.
Trying to figure out what...
Yeah. Because obviously...
They're figuring it out slowly.
So these niggas they're slowly thinking that the offerings that they're giving to their pagan gods are not enough now. You know what I mean? And they're slowly starting to put together that maybe... like these people are secret worshipers of an evil god.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And
they're sacrificing themselves for that god.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Because a goat is not enough.
Yeah, exactly. So they're just like, yo, fuck So families become ostracized because of this.
Of the people that...
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
these 5 people, their families become ostracized. They were once like big parts of the community. Now they got... Now they got... they're pushed out towards the edge of the village and shit like that. Right? And then... more and more. So by the time they stop going out to the
With the waters.
Yeah, to the waters and shit, everything is fine. Nobody is dying, shit like that, And then so by this time, the message gets to the Danish king, right?
Right.
And so he sends a pagan priest, whatever the fuck. It's not a priest, but
right. No,
pagan,
but
pagan fucking guy,
a religious figure.
Yeah. So
of a religion.
He's brought offerings and shit like that, things to burn, things to put in the, whatever the fuck, and he's being told all these things, and he's just like, there's an evil amongst your people that needs to be found out.
Right.
Right? Because this is no doing of, Beelzebub and shit like that. Well, this is no doing of pagan god. This is something much.
It's nothing they've ever seen before.
Dastardous. No, he knows the fuck he's seen something like this before. That's why he's letting them know, like, this isn't a I got sick type thing. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
They're being directed to this. So
there's a purpose behind it.
Exactly. So, they go, and the families, right? They exile the families, so they're now gone from the village.
Right.
Right? And they, where the fuck was I talking about?
So he already knows what they're going through. The families have been exiled already, so they're by themselves. They're not a part of them anymore. So
yeah, but they can't survive without, what they've learned. They're fishermen and shit like that.
Yeah.
So one of the people were caught. Oh, no, that's stupid as fuck. So
with the families being away from everybody else, are they experiencing anything because of what happened to their family member? Are they afraid to go out on the waters? I would think that they would be. Or are they continuing to fish because, like, this is our livelihood? Now we are not a part of this colony anymore or village anymore, so we've got to do our own thing.
So they pretty much resorted to trading.
Okay.
Right? They resorted to trade to appease, to get what they need, food and shit like that. So they're making shit, I guess. That doesn't really matter.
Okay.
But so the priest, he's just like, I'm opening these waters back to you. You don't have to stop now, right? So he goes to the first exhibition back into the waters, the excursion or whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah, no, that's right.
They go back into the waters, and he's just like, I'm gonna fish with you niggas. You know what I mean? Just to show you that it's safe.
That it's safe.
Right?
Nothing
3 niggas on the
about.
boat, right? Him, the nigga under him, and one of the heads of the village. Just to show everybody that it's okay. Right? All 3 of them go missing.
All 3 of them go missing.
All of them.
So, okay. So even the priest is missing now.
All three of them go missing.
And so now he's completely wrong.
He's completely wrong.
Completely wrong.
And a couple days later, they wash up ashore. Same goddamn thing. Right? And everybody's like, what in the fuck?
Because now the piece of the puzzle has experienced this now.
Exactly.
So now everybody's like, now what do we do? Who do we call in? What are we doing?
But he goes about it in a way that that his night terrors are like delayed. Everybody, the other two, they go about the same way. The night terrors, the shit smeared on the walls, the fucking, going crazy and shit like that, and then killing themselves. But he's just like holding it together just enough where it's a bit of insanity that happens. So now he's just calling niggas out.
So when that comes about, what makes me think of is like when something like that happens is instead of him becoming this hysteric, like, this hysteric person that these other people have become, he is almost in like a calm state where he's just at that cusp of like, okay, it happened, but did it really? What did we experience? So he's the one that's going to be kind of like the okay, well, I can actually explain this better, but he's going to have to get a little more crazy in order for it to happen.
But he has no explanation for it.
Has no explanation as of yet.
Right. But he never does get that explanation. The nigga is mad. Mm-hmm. Just like Mad Hatter's disease, right? Yeah. So in alchemy, there's this shit called dragon something where you work with mercury, right? And you working with mercury is an extreme fucking poison.
Right.
And it makes you insane.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. That's literally what they made. A part of hats and shit.
Yeah.
That was an ingredient for a hat for some fucking reason. It was mercury. And these niggas that worked with the mercury they turned fucking insane. Yep. Right? Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like that. Like he becomes mad.
Okay.
So that's when the trials come in. So all this whole time, our main character, the detective, is piecing all this shit together. He's writing letters to the outside, just like he's the one who got the priest there.
Right.
Right? And he's like writing a journal and shit. And he's like, this is happening. The only person who's not fallen under the East fever is our pagan priest.
Yeah.
But he has become mad. Once he was well thought out, strategic with his thoughts.
Had it together.
But now he's become unhinged. Right? So...
No, I was going to say one would say just even more so. What I think of is Doc Brown in Back to the Future, where he's just like, formulas, this, oh my God, like when he found what he needed to find in order to invent these things.
Yeah.
So in a sense, it would be that type of mass, like insanity that he's just like, all right. So instead of it being like he went crazy and smeared blood and shit on the walls, it was him doing things to figure something out, but he can't figure it out.
Yeah,
and
like
it's making him go even more insane.
Yeah. Like he's battling that.
Yeah.
Shit. So his first thing when he came back was burn all of the places these people lived. Right? Burn it down. Tear it down. Build a pyre in the middle of town and burn it all. Right?
Right.
And then it's the relatives and the people, their families. Burn them as well. You know what I mean? Kind of like a hunter, some shit like that. Burn.
It could be in the family. It could be in the bloodline.
And,
It could be the atmosphere. So you got to get rid of whatever's been tainted.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Just in case. So he's like, burn it all. Right? So they go down and capture them and shit like that. A lot of people are just like, yo, this shit is this crazy as fuck. burn the family. Everybody at the time.
Yep.
They're put on trial and they're burned.
Okay.
Right? And so he's doing all crazy shit. And he's made a crown out of, like, he's wearing a fucking skull on his head.
Okay.
Like, and he's so during the burning, right? It would be like this. During the burning, he would wear he'd take a skull and wear that shit. He called himself like the king of Denmark. This is where the shit like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's a king now. And they're just like.
All right.
Like,
so.
Yeah, they're like, oh, fuck.
Now we know.
Where the fuck have we. You know what I mean? And then it would be kind of like, what is that? What was that shit we watched the other night? About the cult.
You weren't watching the same thing I'm watching, so I'm thinking of the wrong
thing.
We
were watching the same shit.
And
then they who were just like, we can follow the comet. And it was the same shit. Motherfuckers were wearing purple. Everybody's wearing purple jumpsuits.
Oh, yeah,
had the same
yeah.
dumbass fucking haircut.
I don't remember the name of it.
Either way, you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right. So, it's kind of like, so during this time, the nigga's just like, he's going fucking mad. And he's just like, I'm going to go left here. Okay, listen to me now.
All right.
Like, anybody, pure and shit, they got to jump in the fire, too. They got to jump in the fire, too, bro.
What is pure?
Anybody that,
Do these people that have died at the beginning of all of this, do they have anything in common?
They don't.
Okay.
They don't.
So they don't have anything in common. So the purity would mean what? In a sense of them being in this village, this insane guy is telling everybody which way or another.
Or it wouldn't be pure. Let's say he'd be like, anybody who is honest and has told no lies, jump in the fire.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I don't know you're telling the fucking truth.
Right.
The fire will purify all that shit, and you know what I mean? We'll see.
Like you're born again type thing.
Yeah, well, no. We'll see what's what. You know what I mean? Like, you might be saying that, but jump in the fire and let me see. Let me see if it's real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all these niggas is burning. Like first it was like children first, then the women, and then the men. Like, the nigga's mad. He's mad as fuck. Right? And he was like, do you want me to go first? And niggas is like, what the fuck? And then there's some people that are so, like, with the shit, they're just like,
I'm not doing any of this.
No, they stop people from running away. Right? So babies are burning.
So we're throwing people in now.
Like, they're walking, people, yeah. So, I mean, babies,
well, to save yourself, you would think that you would be like, well, I know this person is the most honest person I've ever known in my life.
Yeah.
And they're just like, okay, shove.
Fire. Big ass fire hole.
Yeah. No, no man left. No woman left. Nothing's left.
Yeah. Right. So everybody, one at a time, didn't burn and shit. And our main character is just like,
I have no resources for this. Where do I reach out to next? Who do I reach out to next?
Yeah.
How can I put myself in these situations in order to help? What step do I take next?
Right. So the nigga runs away. Right.
He runs away, but as he's like getting to a certain point, he comes across something that is just very eerie, and he gets this weird feeling that like he needs to stop here. He needs to figure out what this is. So he follows his feeling. He ran from something that he was so scared of and did not know what to do. So that feeling of just fleeing was there.
Right.
But then he gets to a certain point as he's fleeing, it goes away. He feels some weird sense of calmness and like, I kind of want to check something out. And so, I thought you were going to say something. And so then he kind of comes to a crossing where he has on his right side, he's got trees that lead to the side of water or a bank of water, what have you. And then he's got the road ahead of him. Road, path, whatever. However he got there is how he's trying to get out, right? But it's been a while, so it doesn't look the same. Who knows if he's even going the direction that he came in.
Right.
So he decides to follow this eerie type of like calmness that's within him. And he walks through the trees towards the water. Because everything has started from that side of the water. The East Fever from that side. He's on a different side now. So he sees a boat, unoccupied of course, has some fisherman tools and what have yous in there, nets and stuff. And then he's like, okay, there's no one around. There is no fire being built. There are no huts anywhere, houses, whatever. There's no sign of like actual life. But for some reason, he's like being drawn towards this. So he gets in, pushes it out, gets in. Ain't no holes. He's not drowning. He's good. So he paddles. There's of course an oar. He paddles. He's not doing his hands. And he comes across like an entire different embankment that actually has some light coming from it. You can tell it was fire. You can tell that was just sitting there and it's just burning small embers, but it's still illuminating as much as he possibly could see. Follow me? Yeah,
I got
okay.
you.
So as soon as he gets there, it's very short. Like literally hop, skip, and a jump away. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Nothing that would mean he's washing up on shore. So that's maybe where that calmness came from. It's just across a river, across this tiny little aisle of water. Nothing to it. Nothing crazy to it at all. Right. So when he gets there, now he's like, there's some sign of life here. And he still feels that calmness, but he's not satisfied. There's no answers here. But he's gotten this far, so might as well roll with it, right?
Right.
So he comes across the fires, like I said, and he's trying to mull around and see if there's any type of clues. He's a detective. He's going to find something that maybe has the answers, maybe something small. It could be just a person that's like, I don't know if this is a thing, but homeless back then. He didn't have no village to go to, no anywhere to reside, no one to answer to per se. And that's what happens. And all of a sudden, the calmness goes away as he hears crunching behind him. At this point in time, he's crouching next to the fire. One, he's cold. It's not that warm outside. It's fucking Iceland. And two, there might be something around. There might be a penny on the ground, what have you, a shekel. And so there's crunching behind him. Someone is walking up on him. Not fast, not slow, just a regular good old walk up to him. You would think that you'd be kind of scared because you didn't know there was anybody around, but you knew. So that's where he ends up.
Right.
And so we're going towards terror and witches, right?
Right.
Yes.
And then a voice behind him says, "Have you brought what I needed?" And he just like, yes. Turns around.
Oh.
Nigga. Turns around. and bows to this person.
It's a person. So
It's a person.
Okay.
It's a woman, ass naked.
Okay.
Titties in the wind. Right? Stringy hair. But those symbols that the minstrel woman writing on the wall all over her body, carved in them. Right? And he like bows, like I'm talking about Asian on the fucking forehead on the ground.
Kissing her feet almost.
Like does.
Yeah, it does.
Does. Right? And she's like, get up, get up, my child. Like, have you done what I've requested? And just like, the whole, it took a while, but
I did what you asked of
I've
me.
Sacrificed
Yes.
I sacrificed enough. You know what I mean? So, this is, so he opens up the, he opens up his satchel that he took, his fucking bag, and it's items.
Specific ones.
Specific items.
That she asked for.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the first person, he was a man of lust.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
All he was doing was fucking. Doesn't matter. Cousins, sisters, all that shit. Lust, right? The second person was gluttony. He brought a fork from her. Shit. Lust was his pillow. Fork was hers. Right?
And then
the other one was pride. So he brought like a fucking knife from that person.
A hunting knife or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or yeah. And then what was the other ones?
I would say vanity.
Vanity.
And this is going to be a man. So a man's vanity, as in ego. What ties into ego?
His pair of shoes.
Okay.
Right? All that shit. And inside of the first 5, all he needed was, he needed to burn, she requested him to burn everything down.
Okay. In the village, yeah.
So, he was using his witchcraft to set off the domino, right? So he sets it at her feet, and then the ground like sucks it in.
Right there, just at her feet.
Right, and it's just a pool of water at her feet now, right? And then she doesn't. This is ill. So she doesn't walk, but she sounds like she's walking. Like her toes are barely touching the ground. They're just skimming, but it's a thump, 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 thump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a step to her walk. Because she's above that shit. She's above that kind of realm of what we think is whatever the fuck, right? So she goes to the fire and she raises her arms above the air, you know what I mean? And then the embers go out and then smoke comes. And she just breathes in the smoke and shit like that. And he's still bowed after he's given her these things, followed her to the embers. And then you just see 80 niggas come out the woods.
She summoned
whatever that force was, she summoned those motherfuckers. And they're men. You know what I mean? Well, they're people. But they are people of, the water and smoke.
Are they actual people?
Well, they have flesh. So.
Okay. So, because I was thinking maybe those people are just puppets in her realm.
Or it's those first 5 people.
I like that better. They're not actually dead. Yeah. They manifested into something that she wanted them to be.
Of water and smoke.
Water, smoke, all of that. Yes.
Right. So they come out, shit like that, and she calls on them, and then she's telling them, like, tonight we will bring down the clown in which they call the King of Denmark. Boom, nigga, hold that. Right? And that was the Icelandic, like, shit to overthrow the king.
Yep.
Right?
And the detective, everything started when he got there.
Exactly.
Everything started when he got there. He was the one in a corner going like this with his fingers and stuff, because he
setting his ways and shit.
Yes, he made them go mad in a sense, but under the influence of her. Mm-hmm. So he has this like right hand man power.
Yeah, he's a right hand to the queen.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, he's a puppet in the whole.
And the only thing keeping him alive and not one of them is that.
Exactly.
He's high power. He's a detective. He's still a detective. But that's why she used him, because he's of high power in society.
Yeah. Also, he's made of the smoke and water.
Yes.
So he can't be...
No touch.
Exactly.
No touch.
He's already a part of the shit.
He gave up his soul a long time ago.
Exactly.
In a sense.
So that's why the pagan priest kind of battle the shit, because he knows of it. Because they're, pagans are the same motherfuckers. They're, gross niggas too. But that's why he was mocking the King of Denmark and shit like that. Wearing the skull and shit. So he came to that.
Yeah.
But so while the detective was walking out through the back, that's when the priest just jumps into the fire as well. And like strips down naked first.
Becomes a flame.
Exactly. Ooh, yeah.
Because if you think about, I'm thinking of a cartoon now, but oh gosh, I need to think of the cartoon now. But the flame turned into a woman to prove a point. The antagonist was proving a point to something. I keep thinking Hercules, but it ain't Hercules. Mm-hmm. It's something else. But she doesn't burn. She is this. Mm-hmm. She is that bank. She is that boat. She is the trees. She is their Mother Nature, but not Mother Nature. She is there. Everyone else is there because of her.
Exactly.
So she becomes that flame. And that is how she is. That's her power. You know what I mean? Like, you can't put that flame out.
No, not the flame. Let's say, because it's smoke and water, the flame has to come first. The flame is the infant. Before, you know what I mean? For a phoenix to become a fucking phoenix, it first has to be set on fire. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it would be, that's the rebirth.
Gotcha.
That's being born again through the fire, and whomever fucking who becomes the smoke is who is a part of that army.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
So they sail on the fucking, on the King of Denmark and shit. And that's it.
I like that. And then it just grows from there, village by village.
Yeah.
And it's not just pillaging, it's literally village by village, because in order to do so, you need to have an army. 5 people ain't going to cut it, unless she's already done this before, and there's more than 5 people coming out of those trees.
No. Like I said, it was like 80 motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But that's who's in the army as well.
Gotcha. Okay, I understand. Yeah, so same page, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this goes to, because in 1662, that's when the Icelanders are made to accept the absolute monarchy of the King of Denmark.
Gotcha.
So all this shit takes place like maybe fucking the 1640,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And then they have like this crazy ass war and shit like that. But that's like during the credits and shit.
Yeah.
That's like part 2.
Right, part 2.
But or it ends like this.
this is a little more brooding.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't think there should be anything like part 2 because that's the mystery.
Yeah, exactly.
Do we succeed in this?
But of course we don't.
Yeah.
But how do they fail?
How
they fail.
Yep.
You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? Boom. Shaka laka.
And we don't know what their kryptonite is.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
We don't know what stops them.
Yep.
I like it.
You like it?
It wasn't too political, and I like it.
Yeah. I believe it was exactly political.
Oh, well.
Damn with the king of Denmark. Fuck him. Fucking coward.
Thanks for having me today.
Of course, man. Thank you for joining us on the Scrapbook. If you want to expand on this story or any of our stories that we've created, please do. Also, we're getting almost to the end, so if you guys have a top 3, please let us know, and we can build upon those top 3 and make it into a screenplay or write into a play.
And if you can expand on it,
yeah, expand on the shit.
Let us know, man.
And we'll read the shit.
Yeah.
On an episode between the first and second season because we're going to take a little bit of time off, and then
creative juices flowing.
Exactly. But in that meantime, we're going to recap the first season and your favorites and stuff like that. Email us at the Scrapbook Podcast at gmail.com or DM us on Instagram at the Scrapbook Podcast. Let us know what you feel, how you feel. Critique us on anything you want. Sunflower will be back. If you guys like her enough, I like her enough. That's why I married her. Yeah, just let us know. We love you. Don't stop being creative. Peace.
Bye.